All right, three things in 3 minutes. Let's get it. So I started posting on Instagram in the middle of 2022. I had less than 1,000 followers. Right now, I am almost to 7,000, and I've grown my page by about 2,500 just in the last 90 days. Here's how. I stopped posting how-to videos and started posting how I videos. How I videos are just story-driven that give the viewer an insight into your life. They show realness, they are unique, they're personal, and people stop and listen. If I had one suggestion for anybody out there is just talk about what you do. People are curious, they want to hear about it. And even if you're uncomfortable being a quote unquote influencer, get some content out there. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but get it out there. Let people spend some time with you. All right. Along those lines, I'm going to be hosting a Zoom webinar on November 19th on Tuesday at 12 p.m. I'm going to be talking about this idea that everything is downstream from lead generation. So I'm calling this Leads Are the Seeds. And we'll talk about strategies for 2025 and how you can generate business by creating content. Now, that does not mean you have to be an influencer. I want to push people to be a key person of influence within their industry and in their circles, but that doesn't mean you need to post what you're eating, your workouts, you getting dressed. This is all about finding a way to reach your audience where they are and not expecting them to do all of the work for you. All right, so we just finished the Two Home Tango presentation this week. I will put a link to the deck and the recording below, so you can take a look at that if you're interested. But Leads Are the Seeds is the next one. We'll be doing that again November 19th, and there will be a link below to sign on. All right, mortgage rates. So interest rates have almost gone up about 1% in the last 30 to 45 days since the Fed cut rates. It's crazy. We don't need to talk about the reasons. There's a lot of uncertainty, as you guys can imagine. There's an 8-day period coming up from October 30th to November 7th that are going to set the course for the rest of this year, much of next year, and maybe even beyond. So on October 30th, we'll get the private jobs numbers, which will give us an indication as to what's going on with the job market. On November 1st, we are going to see unemployment numbers. Huge release because it's coming up on a month since the last unemployment figures came out. And again, remember, higher unemployment means fears of recession, which means the Fed will act to lower rates. We all know November 5th is the election. And then November 7th, the next Fed meeting. So they're going to make an announcement. They're still expected to cut rates by a quarter. But it's going to be dependent on what we see leading up to that date. So keep an eye on those things. Right now, 30-year fixed rates are up in the high sixes. Yeah, brutal. Anyways, we're expecting several rate cuts later this year and next. We are expecting rates to come down. If we see rates come down and mortgage spreads come down, we're talking about rates in the 5s or maybe even the 4s in the next 12 to 18 months. So weather the storm, stick with it. Y'all got this.